If there's one underrated superpower that quietly separates winners from the rest, it's this: charisma. Not intelligence, not wealth, not even hard work. It's charisma. Because the person who lights up a room is usually the same person who ends up with the dream job, the meaningful relationship, and a fulfilling life. And here's what's wild. Most people think you're either born with charisma or you're not. But that's not true. You only need a little. Because in a world where no one's truly charismatic anymore, even a little makes a big difference. Let me show you what I mean. A while ago, in a small town with a rundown community pool and a dusty ping pong table out back, two friends met up. Let's call them Jack and Johnny. Jack was your average guy, laid back, jeans a little too long, haircut done at home. Johnny, on the other hand, had this energy, not flashy, not loud, just magnetic. They walk into the pool building. There's a young woman at the counter, attractive, sure, but more than that, she had that sharpness in her eyes, the kind that notices everything. As they step up to rent the table tennis gear, Johnny, who had been walking behind Jack, suddenly slides in front. No big move, no flashy comment, just a shift in posture, a playful tone, and you could see it in her eyes. She noticed. She smiled, not just politely, but with interest. She leaned in a little closer. The atmosphere shifted. It wasn't what Johnny said. It was how he made her feel. That's charisma. They played a few rounds. Johnny won, not just on the table, but in the room. When they returned the paddles, she lit up again. A 10-second interaction, but all the energy was focused on him. Outside, Jack asked, "Why didn't you shoot your shot?" Johnny shrugged. "I don't know the area, didn't want to push it. First time I saw her." That's when Jack asked the real question. "Where'd you get that confidence from?" Johnny answered with just two things: pure intentions and not giving a damn. Not giving a damn about what people think. And genuinely wanting to make others smile. The next day, Jack took a walk. Not to clear his head, not to exercise, but to test something. He passed strangers with just one goal: make them smile. He had no script, no pickup lines. Just a small smile and a bit of lightness in his step. And you know what? It worked. Not every time, but enough to realize that charisma starts with your intent. Not to impress, but to uplift. That's the foundation. And it's the hardest part. But once you have it, everything else comes easier. Here's a thought experiment. Let's say you and I are going on vacation. Two cities to choose from, Ohio or Dubai. Now, we're not picking based on climate, food, or travel time. We're picking based on one thing: charisma. If charisma were a city, would it look like Dubai, loud, luxurious, confident? Or would it be like Ohio, calm, grounded, relaxed? Different vibes, different values, different energies, and that's the point. You're not meant to impress everyone. Charisma is about resonating with the right people, not all people. That's why some love luxury while others crave peace. Some are drawn to confidence, others to calm. You don't need to light up the whole world. Just the rooms where your energy fits. Now, physical attractiveness does play a role. Let's not lie to ourselves. But it's not everything. Let's say we chose Dubai just for the glitz, the looks. But once we get there, the service is cold. The vibe is off. We don't feel inspired. What then? Looks fade. But the energy, the feeling someone gives you, that's what lasts. So yes, drink more water. Fix your sleep. Eat clean. Get sunlight. Take care of your shell. But remember, charisma lives in what's beneath the shell. It's the emotion you reflect. For some, it's inspiration. For others, joy. For others, peace. Figure out what you love to feel and become the kind of person who reflects that in others. Back in the car, Johnny asked Jack about his journey, where it all began. Jack answered in 3 minutes. But Johnny? He turned it into a 1-hour conversation. How? 2 ears, 1 mouth, and the wisdom to use them in that ratio. He didn't listen to respond. He listened to understand. That's rare now, but that's charisma too. Your tone of voice, your facial expressions, the way you pause when someone speaks. That's all energy. And that energy becomes your brand. Authenticity is another layer. It's not about oversharing. It's not therapy. It's not trauma dumping. It's just being real. It's being the kind of person who admits their flaws. The guy who says, "Yeah, I blush when I'm nervous. The woman who says, public speaking terrifies me, but I do it anyway. Authenticity builds trust because it proves you have nothing to hide. And trust? That's magnetic. So here's the truth no one tells you. You don't need to be the loudest in the room. You don't need to be the most attractive or the smartest. You just need to show up, genuine, present, and unafraid to make others feel seen. That's charisma. And it's learnable. And it's powerful.